Peace, peace. What's going on, world? All right. We are Substantial, Sherm the Barber, J Cash, 3 The Odd Way podcast out this joint. Stop hating, Cash. I tried to switch it up.
I saw you.
No, there was no stumble. There was a pause. I took my Obama pause.
It was strategy.
Obama put some thoughts in between, in the pauses. He's thinking like, nope, I'm going to say this right as opposed to messing up and then correct myself. Hey, you know what I'm saying? You ain't shit, Cash.
Hard on that joint, man.
Man, it was a hard pause.
Yeah.
But, it worked out.
He was like,
But yeah, man. Hey, peace to everybody. This is our first time going live with the 3 The Odd Way podcast. And man, it is great to be here. How y'all doing, fellas?
I'm good, man. I'm good. It's snowing outside. I'm chilling. I got my drink.
That's
and my 2-step. It's all good over here.
Yeah, man. How about you, Sherm?
I've been doing pretty good, man. Just still, fighting this what they call it, the COVID fatigue or whatever.
Yeah, it's too real.
Shit is it's getting rough, man. But yeah, I'm good though. I'm good.
We ain't never going outside. I'm like, that.
Right.
Ain't never going back outside.
Man,
we tell the stories to our grandkids like it was once upon a time.
Right, dude. Yeah, look, man. I feel y'all, man. I was shout out to man GMS or whatever, Graham up in here. Yeah, like that comment. I had to put it up on the screen so everybody can see that. Stand pause, sponsored by Old Bushead. Yeah, man. But yeah, man. Dude, I was just having this conversation. Shout out to GMS, who's he's in the chat right now, my man Graham. That's GMS from Hydra. And yeah, man, we were just talking about it. I was like, look, ain't going out for nothing, B. If I ain't got to, like I've been doing better and stuff, taking Sherm advice, trying to get out, walk a little bit, get some exercise in. But outside of that, bro, I see people be off my raid can. You know what I'm saying?
No,
What's the Wakasha? What was that joint you said, Sherm?
Yeah.
I started working out again, so I'm trying to get back in shape.
Okay.
Yeah. Okay, Cash.
I'm just trying, I'm staying motivated because of what Sherm said.
You know what I'm saying? Live our best life.
He said, do it. I'm sore as hell right now, but
I feel you.
That ain't gonna stop this drink though.
Right. Sherm, we definitely got to do the Wakasha shirt. You know what I'm saying? Bring it back.
Right.
And if someone asks us what Wakasha is, they're going to think it's Wakanda related. And we're going to say that's how slaps sound in Wakanda. You know what I'm saying? That is the slap sound. Wakandan slap. Wakasha. Right. For the ancestors. You know what I'm saying? But yo, so listen, everybody, man, thank y'all again for showing up. For those of you, it's your first time here with us at the new location, make sure you subscribe, turn on your notifications, all that good stuff. Look, they want to know about the drinks right now, sir.
Yes, sir. That's what I'm doing.
As I spot my Ava. So be brief about the drinks, good sir. Drink responsibly.
Definitely a little something, a little something to take that. I only drink on Sundays with y'all now. That shit crazy.
Yeah, that's good. You don't even be drinking every day. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, then it would be a problem. I'd be right next to her when he's talking beer, I'm talking alcohol.
Right. But yeah, man. So
when you get you a shower drink holder, holla at me.
Yeah, that's true. That's true.
Might be time to roll them in somewhere. Be like, I think it's that time, fellas. Kick this man in.
Oh man.
So for those who don't know, before the show, we were talking about a lot of different things as we do, and I've been quietly working on music to be the new intro and possibly outro music for the show, and we have some surprises for what's going to happen with the music once we agree on it. But the last beat I played for these dudes, had them rocking a little bit. You know what I'm saying? So I don't know, fellas. You know, should I play it for them?
Go ahead. I like that second one. I'm feeling the second one, man.
Yeah,
bless their ears, man. Bless their ears.
I'm feeling
bless their ears. All right, cool. Was it too loud on y'all end when I played it, or it was perfect?
No, it was perfect.
All right. So shout out to GMS once again, because I literally appeared on his podcast earlier today, and he was doing the exact same thing that we literally were planning to do, which was going over beats, and he was playing it for his audience. So originally I was just going to play it for y'all, but then I was like, hey man, look, learn something from your brothers. You know what I'm saying? So let's share it with the people and see what they got to say. All right. There's no name for this beat, but it was fun to make. I'll tell the story after. All right. And that screaming sound effect was not in the beat. That's my dog.
It sounds like you can turn it up for real.
Oh, okay. Say less. Is that better?
Yeah.
Oh yeah, I didn't even let y'all hit the switch up.
You sure didn't, but I'm gonna keep sipping.
Right. Live your life, be great, good sir.
I got the tuba popping in the joint.
Hey, what up, Ramal?
Hey, Mo.
Oh, it stopped before the breakdown. Hold up, son. Hold up. Oh, we got rewind it. Rewind, selector.
Rewind. Man, with the top of my hand.
Let's see. Let's see if it do it. Got Sherm making the face. Okay.
That snare is everything.
Yeah.
Okay. All right. Pull up.
Okay.
Yeah. So okay. So I mean, the comments look like, you know, I see a couple fire joints. Shout out. We got some of the old fam up in here. Ice Killer up in this joint. Tsunami up in this joint. We saw her earlier. Shout out to Ramon.
What up, everybody?
Yeah, man. But so what y'all think? How do y'all feel in the comments? Let us know if you think that should be the music. You know what I mean? What do y'all think, fellas? How y'all feel about that?
I told you to play the second one. And then
right. Right.
You gonna play one and be like, is that it?
Right. I mean, it's funny. I do got some other beats I'll let y'all hear offline, but of all the ones I made, that was the one that, like, when I made it, I was like, yeah, I feel like that's us. You know what I mean? But
I like that though. I love it.
Yeah, man. Yeah. And y'all know who I had in mind to do something too for the joint. So I think he would go. The public don't know, so I don't know if I should say it until it actually happened. Okay. But based on who I was mentioning to y'all before about the bars, having them on this joint, you know what I mean? Yeah. Yes. That face you made, Sherm.
You being all secretive or whatnot.
Man. Yeah. Yeah, so the tuba story, right? So the funny thing is how that came about, man. It was actually a when I first played it, it was an electric piano sound. It was just on the low end of the in the lower octave, right? And basically, I was just playing around with Destiny. She was over here and she kept hitting the pads. And so then I just made like a little joint off the top, just boom, 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 boom. And then she liked it and she started rocking. Then after a while, when I came up with the little switch up, I was like, yeah, both of us kind of looked at each other. You know it's real when your 3-year-old look at you like, okay, daddy. Okay, daddy. So like, yo, I was like, yeah, as soon as she stepped out or whatever, I got to work on that joint. And when I found that break beat, it was a wrap. I started chopping that joint up and I was like, oh, this is about to be something crazy. And yeah. So initially it wasn't a tuba, but it felt like it would sound dope as a tuba. So I switched it over and the rest is history, y'all. So you know, I'm glad y'all digging it, man. Progress, fellas. Go team, go. High five for Jesus.
Would you call yourself Subtraction?
No, it's funny, man. I deaded the old producer name. I just produce under Substantial now, man.
Okay.
Yeah. Like, ain't no need to split up the brand too much. Try to keep everything, unilateral. You know what I'm saying? $1 million word right there.
You still got your R&B name?
Oh yeah. We can't tell about that though. You know what I'm saying? Subsexual. Wow. That sounds hella sus. That sounds real sus. Subsexual. With friends
now you're rocking with
subsexual enemies. Subsexual, bro. I am never hearing the end of that one. He said it live too. He made sure. Look, I'm gonna point out that Sherm made sure not to say it on the pre-recorded shows. He was like, Stan ain't gonna be able to edit this one out. Sexual.
That shit is immortalized, boy.
Yo, oh my God, yo.
Oh
man. Yeah, so many questions. It's like, you know what I'm saying? Your sexual performance is falling below the standard, be subsexual.
You could come up with so much bullshit.
I know, man. It's terrible, yo.
Oh, yeah, because I'm going to run with that later.
So we're going to keep it moving. Let me just go ahead, put your banner up here now. On that note, Sherm, it is your turn, so that way I can get my jokes together in the background.
All right. Good evening, ladies and gentlemen, and welcome to the wild world of fuckery to begin.
Yes.
This week, we have what I would like to coin clown car fuckery. Because this shit involves a lot of people. First and foremost, it involves T.I., Tip Harris, and his wife, Tamika Harris. Let me first start off by saying that these are all accusations, allegations, whatever you want to call them. Nothing has been taken to court. Nobody's gone to jail. Nothing yet. This is all, like I said, accusations and allegations. So we got guns, we got drugs, we got underage young ladies, and we got threesomes. We have the makings
Trifecta.
for what appears to be one of the greatest gangster movies ever made. This is madness. So, I'm not gonna go too far down this rabbit hole because like I said, this is some clown car fuckery. This shit is never ending. So, what is going on is a young lady. We will effectively call her Hurricane Sabrina. Has accused Tip Harris of pulling a gun on her. Has accused him of drugging people and forcing them into threesomes. And also has accused them of involving underage young ladies in this practice.
Traffic.
Wow.
This shit is crazy.
Ooh.
Yeah. It's so thick. Like this shit thicker than hot spit, man. So it started off January 26th when the young lady Sabrina posted some comments about I don't know if it was the video or if it was a post about T.I. putting a gun to her head in an altercation involving defending his wife. So from that, she started to receive an influx of posts and DMs about the same thing alleged to have happened to 30 some odd other young ladies where they were forced into sexual acts with T.I. and his wife. Me myself, I am definitely a T.I. fan, so I'm hoping him and his wife ass clean because somebody definitely coming to check. Yeah. So,
man, listen, if I can interject.
Yes, please.
I got a friend, right? That stayed in Atlanta for a minute. And they said they heard stories prior to all this about T.I.'s parties and, the drugs and the threesomes and things like that. Now, I'm not judging if that's what they want to do, in their bedroom, you know what I mean? Because to each his own, as long as it's consenting adults. But the way it's sounding right now, it doesn't seem like it was really that much consensual. So it's kind of a bad look,
The plot thickens.
Yeah.
So, like you said, so T.I. is they are not secretive about their dealings with substances and with their bedroom acts. They grown. You do what you do as long as it's consensual. The whole thing about this shit gets sketchy because a lot of these blogs, what ended up happening is some of the young ladies were just clout chasers, and we old. So what a clout chaser is basically somebody that is just willing to do whatever to get followers, to get likes, to get whatever via social media to get quote unquote popping. So they started to actually post comments within these comments on this young lady Sabrina's page saying, "Oh shit, I was just bullshitting. She actually posted my story." So that's what gums it all up, because you got 30 some odd young ladies accusing these two individuals of these heinous acts.
Right.
But within those accusations, you got some bullshit. 30 some odd women have not posted saying that they was just playing. This is just a few young up and coming bloggers trying to get on that said, yeah, we was just bullshitting. We don't believe she posted this shit. She mad. This young lady, Sabrina, is mad, and she just going it's like I said, man, this shit is a rabbit hole, man. Look, okay, so before I go any further, Stan, how do you feel about this madness, man?
Yeah, I mean, listen, I really don't know. I don't know anything about these folks personally. All I know is I hear stuff like this, and I look at the missus like, yo, I love you, don't ever leave me. Hey man, it's crazy out here, bro. It's crazy out here. I don't want no parts of any of this shit. Yeah, dude, it's just it's one of those things that it's real easy to kind of get sucked into a certain, especially when you're in a certain type of lifestyle or whatever, or you're kind of, however their relationship works and whatever type of partying they like to do. Anytime you bring in potential strangers into the mix or whatever, you're bound to have some stuff that kind of gets out of control or whatever. And even if it ain't what they said it is, it's just kind of like some other stuff. It's just a reminder where it's like, man, it helps to keep the circle small. And then the other thing with the whole, the clout chasing piece, I just feel like people don't really understand with that type of stuff, with the rumors and just making up shit and just saying whatever out your face. It's like, yo, you're affecting people's actual lives. You're just trying to do it just to get some attention, right? But that type of attention for them could potentially, it can be detrimental to their entire livelihood, their career, which affects their children, people who ain't got nothing to do with that type of stuff, right? So yeah, man, even when you told me the story, I hadn't really heard it. And I don't really, I don't know. I hadn't heard nothing about it. And I typically, even when that stuff pop up, man, I be trying to sidestep it if possible, just because I know I'm nowhere near as big of a artist as this dude or his wife. And so I can't imagine, huh?
I said, she an artist, her gremlin looking ass. But anyway, go ahead.
Look, cold as ice, Charlie Murphy. Cold. But yeah, man, I don't know, man. I'll just say this. I hope it's bullshit, right? Yeah. And for the people, and if it is bullshit, I really hope that the folks who are kind of putting the flames up under this shit and making it a whole thing, if it is bullshit, I hope they get what's coming to them. You know what I mean? Now, if if they did what they're being accused of, I mean, yo, you get whatever's coming to you, yo. Like, I really hope that's not the case, but I mean, yo, all of this fuckery, who knows nowadays? That's my 5 cents as opposed to 2.
But yeah, like you said, man, I fully agree. You got anything else you want to say, James? Because I'm gonna say a few more words. I'm gonna close this one out and get on to KRS.
I just don't know how to take it right now. You know what I mean? Because T.I. has shown misogynistic ways before. You know what I mean? And it far from me to think that he's not capable of it. You know what I mean? Let's be 100%. He has been caught with Molly before. You know what I mean? So it's not like he doesn't have access. I just hope that, because I also read too that some of these were made up allegations to pile on. It's real easy to type anything online and say whatever online, you know what I mean, without really any real repercussions, unless you got a lawyer behind it to sue, and then that becomes an even deeper issue. So the way social media is right now, it makes it real easy. At the same time, I don't want to discredit anybody that's out there that is a victim. You know what I mean? Because that to me is like the hardest part of it, is trying to figure out or take a side, because we generally do that. We draw a line in the sand whenever something like this happens, and we say, okay, well, who do you believe? And in this case, I'm trying to stay as neutral as possible, because I don't know what to believe with it. You know what I mean? Whether it's true or not, whether they're after him because of some other issues that we don't know about, or whether or not it's just it was consensual, but now it's an opportunity. I have no clue. You know what I mean? So because of that, I don't want to say either or, but I know it's a hell of a lot messy right now in the streets with T.I. You know what I mean? And does he come out of this unscathed? I'm not even sure, because as much as you and I know, allegations are hard to they're kind of hard to get over. So you can be accused of something, it can be completely false, but there's a percentage of people out there that actually believe it. You know what I mean? And will continue to believe it because that's just what they want to believe. So it's difficult and it's hard. You know what I mean? And I wish them both the best in it. And I'm gonna just stay tuned. That's all I got.
Yeah. So yeah, like we all say, man. Hopefully everything was consensual.
Right.
Yeah, but this is it's not looking too good. And I'm a throw some shit out there that I got from another source, Lovely TV. I got some real good shit. I'm not gonna get too deep into it. I'm about to close out, but this shit could be a political smear campaign. Like, this could be a part of a political smear campaign. And there's a lot. Like, it's a lot. Like I said, this is a whole rabbit hole, but it's a lot to it. But yeah. Now we got some blackity black shit. My man, Knowledge reigns supreme over nearly everybody has released a documentary. One of the most important documentaries I've watched since 13th, and I Am Not Your Negro. It is called Real Niggas. It was released January 27th this year. And it is he refers to it as a tutorial, and it is a tutorial. The tutorial is an audio version of the Real Niggas ebook. I don't know when that was released, but I really, really encourage everybody to check this out. This is a discussion of institutional racism and its modern day effects on people through an analysis of the N-word. This is like I said, this is deeper than I have ever delved into language ever in my life. Like, pardon me. A lot of what he's talking about, like, I am aware of, but the way he breaks this down, it is absolutely amazing, man. Like, Basically, it's a breakdown of it's a breakdown. He starts off by breaking down racism into its two parts. You have individual racism and you have institutional racism. If you are not familiar with what those two terms are, individual racism is individual white people committing acts of racism against individual black people, some ending fatally, or however they may occur. Institutional racism being the white community against the black community, and that how deep that roots within white American culture.
It's a foundation.
Like I said, what'd you say?
I said it's the foundation of this country.
Definitely, absolutely, and what's so crazy about the institutional racism is the fact, institutional racism is covert racism, and covert meaning it's not as out in the open as individual racism. Like it can be redline. It can be things like redlining.
Right.
It can be the school systems. It can be pipeline to that is school system. It can
School
be
to prison pipeline.
Right,
Mhm.
right. It can be all
Gerrymandering.
kinds of things. And the fact of the matter is that within that, it allowed for a group think, which turned into white American culture. So it's a lot of white people. Like you got a lot, like the allies who absolutely understand what has gone on in this country and understand how they have been brainwashed. But then you have the others that don't even understand they don't even understand that institutional racism is a real thing and that they are active participants in it, like by tradition, by culture. But yeah, this shit, he breaks down the usage of language. He breaks down the chronology of labeling, like when the term when the black man was first referred to as a black man, the origins and meaning of black man. It's so dense, it's so packed, and it's so fucking dope. Oh man, Stan, I know you said you saw a piece of it. What was your take on it?
We can't hear you, bro.
My bad.
Oh man,
yeah, my bad. I got you.
We know Stan to be silent.
I know, right? Nah, I hit the mute joint. So yeah, man, it's excellent, dude. I'm halfway through it already, and I mean the information that he's providing, a lot of it, if you're a person who's been paying attention and that does your own, you do your own research, a lot of it should be familiar, or some of it should be familiar, but he just does a really excellent job putting it all together. Yeah, and he talks a lot about etymology and stuff, just the history of language, which is important, right? Because I think for a lot of people who are trying to get rid of certain words, trying to get rid of the N word per se, he talks a lot about the people and their agendas, and oftentimes operating from a place of, emotion as opposed to actual facts, right? And the history of the word. A lot of the people who are oftentimes protesting the use of the word don't even know the true history of the word. They just know about how it affected us, from slavery times on, but not necessarily our heritage, and our lineage, from the motherland, which obviously a lot of people don't know because we were disconnected from that. So, I mean, just the way it's broken down, man, it's excellent. I highly recommend folks check it out. I haven't even finished it yet, and I'm super excited to get through the rest of it, but yeah, I know it's an ebook, but I hope there's a physical book, because it definitely needs to be a part of the library. You know what I mean?
Right.
But it's KRS-One. We're not really surprised by that. You know what I mean? I
Right.
think he's one of those people that we've taken advantage of, taken for granted. I want to say for 20 years now. to be honest with you. You know what I mean? We grew up in BDP and we just bop to the songs. A lot of people weren't really listening to the songs. And he provided us with timeless music. And I give him props for that, because when I listen to albums like The Death Certificate and albums like The Predator, and I listen to albums for KRS-One's album that dropped, I think, in 1996. A lot of the music that he was talking about is still relevant today. You know what I mean? So he wasn't doing anything but being
Black
a teacher.
Cop.
Yeah, Black
You know what
Cop.
I mean?
You know what I mean?
You know.
Just a number of hits that
Sound of the Police.
Yeah, and it's ironic because when you start mentioning your top anything, you know what I mean? And this can be a topic for another show, but when you start mentioning top anything, he's rarely ever come up. He's rarely ever brought up in those conversations. But as far as content is concerned, he's one of the most potent lyricists that we've had of all time. You know what I mean? So I don't expect anything less from KRS-One, because that's who he's been, and he's been consistent with for years. You know what I mean? So yeah, man, it's who he is, man.
Yeah.
Hey, Sherm, were you there with us? Oh, there with me at Sonar in Baltimore when he was performing live?
Recently, like kind of recently. No.
I mean, I was living in Baltimore, so it wasn't too recent. You know what I mean?
I don't think so, but I saw him with one of my homeboys, like kind of recently at an Ill Conscious show, and KRS was there, and that shit was
the freestyle he did, man.
And
dude,
cool story, I actually met him. I got to actually meet KRS at when I was going to Morgan State. He actually signed a dollar bill, which I foolishly gave to an old girlfriend that I never got back from. So upset about that. I framed it and everything, man. I'm so upset about that. But yeah.
Boo.
Hey.
What I was gonna say, one of my favorite, I mean, I got a lot of favorite KRS-One lines, but one of my favorite lines that I saw him deliver live when he was doing his freestyle thing, and he might have came up with this at another time and just reused it. I really don't care because the shit was fire. But he basically said, he's like, teach your daughters to be a lady, to love and develop yourself. Yo, it's such a simple line, but the breakdown, I was like, yo, that needs to be a shirt. That was a shirt I buy it for every woman in my house right now.
That probably just went over at least two people's heads just now.
Yo, love and develop yourself, lady. Such a dope joy. Yeah, man. But salute to KRS-One. But yeah, we definitely, time is getting away from us, gentlemen. So let's keep it moving.
Oh, real quick, if you want to know how potent he is, go listen to a song called All Year.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah. Hey, and before we switch over, please check out this band called Salt. It's not a whole lot known about them. They are a super dope group. It is some Black struggle, Black culture music. Like, it is some of the dopest music. It came out in 2020. I don't know how it was missed, but it is super, super dope. It is super, super important. It will make you feel all the feels. Please check it out. But on to the next.
On Cash. It is on you.
They're called Untitled Black Is and Untitled Rise. Those are the two albums that they just released recently.
Salt.
All right.
SAULT, as in assault, which brings us to this next topic.
Yes.
Yeah. So the NFL, man. No theme music today. This shit is kind of pissing me off in a sense, because it's the same repetitive bullshit that we keep going through. And I want to harp on the actual incident. I want to harp on the coverage of it. I want to harp on just overall, man. It's becoming increasingly disappointing when we're talking about the NFL. And the reason why this recent story of Chad Wheeler that just happened, 6'7", 318 pounds, assaulted his girlfriend because she wouldn't bow to him. Real talk. I don't know how that escalated into him choking her out twice, to the point of unconsciousness. but that's what he did. Choked her out to the point of unconsciousness, and when she woke up, he was sitting there eating his dinner, drinking a smoothie, and his response to her being coherent was, "Wow, I didn't think you'd be alive." So, real ice cold, real barbaric. It happened, I guess, I'm going to say a week ago. And honestly, it's because she didn't bow to him. Now, the thing that pisses me off the most is the coverage that came behind it, which basically was none. It happened on a Friday or Saturday, Saturday night. We didn't hear a peep of it run through ESPN. None of the major networks that cover sports didn't talk about it. We didn't, not even in a ticker. You know what I mean? It took Seattle. He played for the Seattle Seahawks. It took them 4 days before they even made a statement about it. And in comparison, we see what happened with Ray Rice and how that video came out. And it was run repeatedly on ESPN, on Fox, on every major network. It was run over and over and over again for him striking his then fiance, leaving some party years ago. Ray Rice, for those that don't know, never had his career in NFL return again. And much like Chad Wheeler, he probably won't never play football ever again. But the point remains. Like, they didn't cover it the same. They didn't acknowledge it the same. Now, Chad Wheeler's, if those that can look at the image right now, his girlfriend happens to be black. And it would be remiss of me to think that if this was a blonde-haired, blue-eyed woman, would they have covered it the same way? You know, because when sisters get attacked, it's usually a question mark of whether or not she provoked it, or whether or not she did anything to entice her, whether or not she did anything to incite him to doing such a thing. But all other areas of impropriety are left to other ethnicities. That part in itself is disappointing. That part in itself is making me look at the NFL like, y'all have not just the NFL, because honestly, the coverage from it was what disappointed me the most. It took a whole Twitter campaign for people to say, yo, why isn't this story being headlined? Why are we not hearing about what happened to this guy? Why are we not hearing about, what the NFL plans to do with it? And it took 4 days. 4 days. Now, granted, this guy's not a high profile, because I got this in one of the comments on my sports group. I got this, well, he's not a high profile player. I don't give a shit whether or not he was a high profile player. He could have been Joe Montana. He could have been Tom Brady himself. You know what I mean? That's beside the point. The NFL has a serious problem. There's a serious problem with the way that it keeps trying to cover up certain things. There's a serious problem with these athletes who aren't. He came out with later an apology, which in my opinion was bullshit. He blamed it on a manic episode and said that he needs help and that he's going to seek help and that he's happy that she's getting the help that she needs and he's getting the help that he needs, and he's stepping away from football. Fuck football. At this point, he should be locked up behind bars. Now, he's being charged with felony domestic violence, when in my opinion, he should be charged with attempted murder. Because anytime you look at somebody and you say, wow, I can't believe you're alive, you, in all your opinion, thought that you had just killed this woman, that you would just beat her.
Sound like hope.
Yeah, exactly. And to be so like cold, to not even get her any help at the moment, to not even see and check on her, to sit there and eat your food and drink a smoothie while she lay there and you thinking she's dead, lock his ass up, dog. I don't want to hear nobody talk about, well, that's an isolated incident. It's happening way too much in the NFL. Losing his job is not enough. Saying that, oh, well, he's no longer with the Seahawks, and what is the NFL going to do? That's not enough. You got to throw these guys underneath the jail if you have to, in order to prevent this from keep happening. It's happening way too often. So for me, hearing this story, watching the lack of coverage is highly disappointing. But how can you just move on from that and just start talking about what the NBA is doing or talking about the Super Bowl? Now, it was also speculated that the reason why this didn't get a lot of coverage is because the Super Bowl is next week. You know what I mean? And, Super Bowl or not, you still should be reporting on these type of things fairly. And if the NFL does not set an example, and not just the NFL, but the law enforcement, because it happened in Washington, if they don't set an example, you're only setting precedents for this to happen once again. Charging him with domestic felony is not the same as charging him with attempted murder, which is what he should be charged with. Now, I know, Stan, you have a feeling on the NFL. Sherm, I know you share some opinions on the NFL. It's been spiraling at this point for a minute now. I can't just say it started with Colin Kaepernick. It was happening before Colin Kaepernick. It was happening after Colin Kaepernick. And each and every time we see that, okay, because you're 6'7", you're 318 pounds, we can use you. And therefore, we're going to brush these type of things underneath the rug. That's exactly what it's appearing like. As long as you're capable of being used, as long as you can fit a product, because that's what the NFL is. It's a product. As long as you can fit a product, then we're okay with saying that, all right, we'll slap you on the wrist, we'll give you the help that you so-called need, and then we'll put you right back out there on the field in some type of redemption story. Nah, because you wouldn't do that with any other Joe. If it was me who did something like that, I'm facing serious felonious charges, and I'm being charged with like years of my life. Why is he being charged with domestic violence, felony domestic violence? That's not enough. You thought this woman was dead. You choked her out twice, which means that not even the first time was good enough. You choked her out a second time. That's not, no way could you sugarcoat that. And no way could you say that that's acceptable. No way could you say that that's okay for you to continue on with your life not being seriously thrown in years or years or some type of punishment being handed out to you. So it's disappointing to me that I even got to bring this story once again, because I want to talk about the NFL. I want to talk about the Super Bowl. I want to talk about the odds, and I want to talk about the good stories. But each and every time they show you that, they don't care enough, whether it's on the corporate side or it dwindles down to the player side. They don't care enough about protecting women, protecting the relationships that they are involved in, to the point where these guys know if you lay a hand on her, it will be serious repercussions. And we not just talk about you not being able to play football again. And that's a problem I'm having. It ain't about playing football again. I saw a bunch of tweets on Twitter, NFL, what you going to do about that? Damn the NFL. It ain't about the NFL, dog. You tried to murder this woman. And in doing so, you should be charged as such. Your career shouldn't be even brought up at the time. 318 pounds worth of man, grown ass man, 6'7", 318 pounds. It should not be a thing about whether or not you're going to play football again. It should be a thing whether or not you're going to see the light of day again, because you're facing serious time behind bars. Sorry to bring it down to like that. They drug Ray Rice again. I see a lot in the comics of how they drugged him continuously through the media, and how he was kind of made the image of domestic violence in the NFL. Don't get it twisted. He's not the only one. This has happened plenty of times before. This has happened again afterwards. You know what I mean? And honestly, if these guys, I don't know whether it's they're going to blame CTE. They're going to blame a whole bunch of other things. But at some point, they got to be held accountable for the actions that they did. What happened if he would have killed this woman?
Right.
What happened if she would have been dead like he thought she was? Right. Saying that, CTE is, if that's the case, stop the games altogether, because lives are literally at risk if you don't.
Yeah. So let me jump in real quick. Look, Where I'm at with it is the same place I've been for years. It's funny that a lot of folks are bringing up Ray Rice because when the Ray Rice incident happened, that was the last year I watched. Because Baltimore was my team, so like, I stopped watching Washington a long time ago because of the name. And then once the incident happened with Ray Rice, when word got out that Baltimore literally had the footage and was trying to cover up things, in hopes that it wouldn't get out. And because if it didn't get out, if the world didn't see it, he'd still be playing. You know what I mean? And that lets you know right now, like, that should have let you know then, this is not a new thing. Right? Like in industries, anytime we're talking about $1 million, $1 billion industries, anytime there's some information that potentially comes to light that's going to hurt business, they're going to do everything they can to sweep that joint under the rug. As I told Sherm, I had a conversation on the phone a couple days ago. Like, yo, it's a number game. It's a numbers game on the field and off.
Absolutely.
Like, it's all about money. So for all the folks asking what they're going to do, that's the wrong question, because you're the one with the power, right? Like, I mean, I've been saying it for years, and what I don't do, 9 times out of 10, I'm not the one online getting at everybody like, yo, you need to stop watching this. I don't even waste my breath. What I've learned, like, through my life is that, like, if I got a problem with something, there's something I don't agree with, it's not my responsibility to force everybody to think like me. I got to show them what it looked like. So oftentimes people come up, like, try to make small talk. Hey, man, you watched the game? Nah, I ain't watched the game. And I don't even tell them why. Eventually, they keep trying to talk about the game and they realize it ain't really going nowhere with me. So then they ask me, flat out, like, yo, so you don't really watch sports like that? I'm like, nah, I just don't watch the NFL. And then even then, I still don't tell them why. Like, I wait for a question, because if you want to know, you'll ask. And then when they ask the question, which they usually do, then I tell them my reason for not watching. And it's just like, yo, it was pre-Kaepernick. They've been doing stuff like this. As a dude whose mom has been through domestic violence, as a dude who has multiple sisters who've been through domestic violence or whatever, like me witnessing it firsthand, like, come on, bro.
Yeah.
Like, I can't support that shit.
What the NFL just showed me and has taught me is they can give a fuck about women. They care more about dogs.
They've been not giving a fuck about women.
And Sue made a point earlier. She said Michael Vick was dragged. You know what I mean? They still hot about Michael Vick and them dogs. They still hot. But you don't hear a peep from them same people.
But
regarding Chad Willer.
It's the who though, because the people, right? It's the league. The league are bending to the will of the people, right? Like a lot of people who are in a position of power.
Yep.
Yeah, a lot of people in positions of power who care about animals more than they do, like, minorities. You know what I'm saying? Like, if they make a fuss about it and make it a whole thing, I'll never forget, man, when the whole Black Lives Matter thing kind of came to a fever pitch this year. There was another video that ultimately got this woman dragged online because she said some dumb shit like, yeah, so get it, like, like Black Lives Matter, but you know what else? Like, animal lives matter too. And like, did this whole stupid ass video, right? And like, and that shit right there immediately made me think of like the Michael Vick joint, the stat and thumb. Like, yo, look, I get it. He did some stupid shit. I get it. But like, yo, there are actual women who get their ass beat by these players like multiple times a year.
Yeah.
You can find, it ain't hard to find the story every year. Right? I mean, look at what's and then you got people who, like, not even just with women. What's my man name? Hernandez, the one who hung himself in prison.
Oh my
God. Even before he got to the NFL. Look, man, these folks, like, they get involved with certain situations, and because they're trying to protect their bottom line, they sweep the shit under the rug. And like, again, the NFL isn't the only industry this shit happens in. But like, if you know it's happening, and you ultimately, and this ain't no shot at any of y'all fellas. I love y'all like cook food on a Sunday, and it is Sunday. But like, at some point in time, we got to acknowledge the fact that if we continue supporting by watching, because you got to understand that, like, yo, the money they make largely is because of viewership. So it's the easiest way to actually protest them is just by turning the channel or turning the shit off. It's the easiest form of protest there is. No one asking you to march. You ain't got to make a fucking sign. You ain't got to spend no money. You ain't got to do shit but turn off your TV, B. That's it. That's it. That's it. That's the easiest form of fighting someone has ever given you. And so, like, at this point, we got like, yo, it's great we talking about the shit, but like, simple plan of action, don't watch. Don't watch. Because there's other shit to do. There's other shit to do. You know what I'm saying? But like, again, I ain't out here telling y'all what to do. I'm just saying what I do. And if it really bothers everybody that much, that's what I feel like folks need to do. Are people going to do it? I mean, shit, we still here talking about this shit happening. So that lets you know. But like, I feel like I don't know what else people need to happen to understand that they have a problem.
Oh, that's another show. Where we at right now? Okay,
yeah,
that's another show. We're gonna go into that a lot more, and not a little more, a lot more. We're gonna go into that, and we'll talk about it a little bit later. But yeah, that's what I got right now from sports. I mean, no other sports topic. If the media is not going to do it, then I'm damn sure going to talk about it. You know what I mean? So it needed to be talked about. It needed to be moved along. You know, we'll dig more into what happens from this case a little bit later. I don't want to hear shit about he's not a high profile player or not, because, you know, high profile or not, 318 pounds, 6'7" man, offensive lineman, got no business choking out his girlfriend or doing anything physically to his girlfriend twice. But that's all I got.
Yeah.
Otherwise, we're gonna move on because I just dampened the mood. So let me go ahead and sip another drink.
Man, hey, thank you, sir, for sharing. But we gonna keep it moving, man. Sherm, did you want to jump in before I change topic, or you good?
No, I'm good. I'm good, man.
Okay, all right. Yeah, I know. It's like, dude, the shit it's ridiculous, man, to say the least, bro. And I just feel like, at this point we're talking in circles, and I ain't talking about us on the show. I just feel like with these situations with the league, it's always gonna be something. It's always gonna be something. But anyway, you know, like, listen, they might not appreciate our women, you know what I mean, over there, but we gonna celebrate one right now. Man, listen, if y'all don't know who Cicely Tyson was, man, just real quick, you know, I just want to start out by giving a rest in peace shout out to her.
Absolutely.
The one thing I didn't realize when she passed away, so for those who don't know, she recently passed away. She's award-winning actress, has been making not music, but movies for generations. You know, just the epitome of integrity, man. Like, in her profession, outside of her profession, you know, just highly respected by her peers and by the people, loved by so many, man. Just rest in peace to her. Condolences to her family. She passed on the 28th, which also happened to be the same day she was born on. Which I didn't know. But yeah, man, just salute to, you know, an icon, you know, not just an actress, but a fashion model as well. You know, we were joking before, like, man, when I was looking for pictures of the post of her, and Cicely Tyson was bad. She was bad. Like, you know, look, she was super bad, man. So, you know, salute to her. Rest in peace.
96 years old, bro. 96.
Yeah, man. A beautiful life, man. Just an amazing life. But so just to keep it moving, man, you know, I do have she was born in December. Thank you, baby. What was it? I knew it was, that's right. Her birthday was at the end of December, and then she passed a month after her birthday. Shout out to my wife for coming through in the clutch. You know what I'm saying? For correcting me. All right. That's why you got look. What's the line from what's the joint, son? What's the movie? Bamboozled. He's like, that's why you gotta keep the wisdoms around, you know? You know what I'm saying? So look.
Oh man.
Keep it moving though. So while we're here, wanted to also talk about what I've been watching, man. While we're talking about legends in film, this movie right here has no shortage of amazing actors in it. The movie is called The Little Things. As you know, here at 3 the Odd Way, we do not do spoiler warnings because if we put the name in the video, that means we're going to talk about it.
You already know.
So this little thing, this disclaimer I just gave was your spoiler warning. So if you don't want to know about the movie, we'll miss you. But you might want to step out. But yeah, look, hey, you just peeped that Shell actually said what I said. That you gotta keep the wisdoms around. You know, say, man, super queen. I see you. But yeah, man. So The Little Things is a movie that just came out on Friday. It's actually available on HBO Max and it's in theaters as well. It stars Academy Award winner Denzel Washington, Academy Award winner Rami Malek, Academy Award winner Jared Leto. And yeah, I will say this. Now, the movie wasn't quite what I expected. And I think Sherm and I can both agree on that. We talked about it a little bit. It was definitely not, I kind of expected a bit more than what we actually got. But I will say this, man, there's several parts of the movie that really, really were powerful. One of the most powerful scenes in the movie for me, there's a scene where Denzel runs into his, he pulls up to his old home where his ex-wife still lives. And the exchange between them is amazing. Not necessarily because of anything that's said, but acting is one of those things is it's not always about what you say. It's the pauses, it's the eyes, right? Like there's so many things in that scene, bro. The amount of pain that they both show, like based on what they went through before, without you even knowing all the details of how their marriage fell apart, dude. There's so much pain in that scene, in their faces, in their eyes, man. Like it's a quick scene. But of all the scenes in that movie, that one like really, really like hit me. I was just like really blown away by the acting that both. And I got to look up the actress name. She plays. Matter of fact, Sherm, she's from our other show, man, Snowfall. The woman.
Yeah.
I got to look up her name. Shell, if you're still watching, I know you on IMDb looking up her name for me right now. Help. Executive producer.
But I think you talking about the one that was from Snowfall. That was one. That was the I guess
two actresses that are from Snowfall. Both of them are. Okay, yes, both of them are from Snowfall.
Yeah, the forensics expert and the ex-wife. Okay.
Yeah, both of them. Yep. Because
I was wondering why she was so familiar. Who was she on Snowfall?
She played she was the woman who Homeboy's wife went to. And was staying with. Remember, she was saying the guy with the Jerry curl, the uncle. You remember, his wife was stepping out to go see the woman.
Yeah,
and the woman was running like that whole. Yeah,
she fucked her up.
Yeah, man. Yeah,
but right.
Yeah, man. But like, like I said, I definitely expected more from the movie, and I don't necessarily feel like I was as blown away as I was expecting to be. But I will say that I feel like Jared Leto, hey man, that dude, yo, his acting, man, like, yo, he plays a creep way too well.
Creepy,
he plays a creep way too well.
But you can look at him and see that. Like he got creepy vibes all through him.
Yeah, man. Judith Scott, that's her name. Thank you, Mrs. Robinson. You are the real MVP forever. You know what I'm saying? Forever MVP.
So you know,
we should have Shell on the show one day.
Yeah, we got to.
My take on the joint. I thought I agree with you, Stan. I think it's a great movie. Jared Leto, to me, kind of stole the show on this joint.
Yes, agreed.
But I'm kind of wondering, like, with the fact, because I won't say that I was underwhelmed, but I wasn't overwhelmed. I was expecting to have to like dig deep and find some Easter eggs online that I missed out on. But with the fact that it's called Small Things and
Little things.
Little things, bro. Little things.
I'm sorry, little things. The fact that it's called Little Things, and there were like little scenes where they actually pointed out little details. Like I'm wondering if there was some stuff that was missed, because it's just like, to me, it was just so straightforward for a movie that Denzel was in. But he did play in Unstoppable, and he did play in Pelham 1, 2, 3. So
right.
he does have his moments where he just plays in some just movies. So this might be one of those movies. But yeah, I think I agree, man. It's a dope flick, definitely worth checking out.
Yeah, and another thing that I did like about it as well, I love movies that aren't always neat, right? And like just kind of answering every question, right? Like, like this film definitely, I won't give the biggest plot point away to y'all, but I love the imperfections that it shows in the characters. And it's just a reminder of the issues that we have in our legal system. We oftentimes hold cops to such a high standard, right? Not even. I won't even say that we hold them to a high standard, because if we held them to a high standard, they would be convicted when they make mistakes. So there's that. But we oftentimes we prop police officers up as if they sometimes are above the law and they do not make mistakes that ultimately are fatal and cost people their lives, on top of costing cities money, tax dollars, right? And so, yeah, man, to see them kind of to deal with that without necessarily making it like, I don't think a lot of people who are going into this movie realize that's a major part of the plot as well. It's really showing how flawed they are, right? Like, the imperfections or were, you know what I mean? And so I would definitely recommend everyone checking it out. It's definitely a solid movie. It took me 2 attempts to get through it. I definitely shouldn't have started watching it, I think, the first night at like 1:30 in the morning. That was a bad idea. It's definitely not the movie to throw on at 1:30 in the morning.
Nah.
You know what I mean? But yeah, man, I will plug one more thing and then we got to get out of here. So let me drop this in. Ladies and gentlemen, if you ain't seen this joint right here, episode 4 of WandaVision, son. Episode 4 of WandaVision, dog. Let me just say, first of all, hey Shell, if you're still watching, I need another name. I forgot old girl name. I remembered my man name. That's Ray Park, the actor on the it's my right, so I'm assuming it's the viewers left or right. I don't know, but that guy, he has been in a lot of different stuff. We know him from the Ant-Man movies.
Yeah.
And he was also in a really great Netflix joint. Always, I forget what it was called, but yeah. But it's great to see him back in it. He's hilarious per usual. But her, Miss Lady right there. Hey man, listen, she's dope in everything I've seen her in. Let me just give her flowers. So hopefully, there you go. I'm gonna ruin her name. Teyana Paris. Yep, Teyana Paris. So she is a great actress, man. She has been in If Beale Street Could Talk. She plays the sister in that movie and does an excellent job. She has a line. She's like, I've always admired your neck. And I've always wanted to sink my teeth in that job. I was like, whoa, damn, she is violent. I love it. I'm here for all of it. Hey, man, she's dope. She also was dope in, what was this show? Mad Men. She was on Mad Men as well. But shout out to her. Absolute star of the episode, man. WandaVision started a little slow for my taste. I know Sherm felt the same way. But where it's at right now, bruh, it is popping. I'm so here for it. And yeah, it's super. It's getting really, really good, man. And excited to see what they do next. They already got a little bit of footage from episode 5 that's leaked online. But yeah, it's not too late. If y'all haven't got on WandaVision yet, definitely check it out.
It's a series that you got to be patient with.
Yes. Some of the best stuff ever, though. That's what it is. You know what I mean? Yeah.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
Same thing I remember with Game of Thrones. Like, people were crapping on that the first couple episodes, and then they started loving it afterwards. You just gotta
Not your boy.
Yeah.
Not your boy. hey, bro, listen. Any doubts I had about that show were all before I watched it. And when the first episode ended, and everybody know what scene I'm talking about, when that episode ended, I was here for every damn thing else until the final season when they ruined everything.
Yeah, absolutely. But it takes patience, man. If you watch it, they connecting it. But all Marvel background movies, they connect the dots. So watch it and then watch it again, and you'll understand what's going on.
Oh yeah, man. Hey, look, and y'all both saw episode 4. No, Sherm didn't see it. Did you see it?
I haven't seen it yet.
Oh, boo, both of y'all. You know what I'm saying?
Hey, man.
It's all right. Look, it's all right, man. Y'all gonna get back. I know I've been messing up all day. Stan been fucking up all day behind the scenes, folks. You know what I mean? The fellas is being real nice, not throwing me under the bus, except Sherm with the subsexual joke. You know what I'm saying? So, you know, I had it coming. You know what I'm saying? I don't know if I should have followed subsexual with had it coming, but you know, we're here. And you know what I'm saying? But look, man, I will say this, man, like this joint, it's there's a scene in it when y'all watch it, right? Because you got to remember, everyone is being controlled by Wanda, who's in the bubble. So she's literally, she's running the show like figuratively and literally inside of this bubble. And when you see Vision, when she basically caught slipping and she doesn't have her power doing what it does to kind of make everything look the way it's supposed to look, and Vision walks into the room and her powers weren't doing what it's supposed to. And when you see him, bruh, hey, I'm trying to tell you, this episode different. This episode, man, like, and I'm here for all of this shit. I can't wait to see where they go with it, man. So definitely WandaVision on the recommendations. Another great movie. 2 more recommendations. No long explanation. Just White Tiger on Netflix. Excellent film. Excellent film. Check that out. The ending, where it eventually goes, it definitely starts to get dark really, really quick. Not quickly, but kind of it goes dark after a certain point. Darker than where it starts, but like I highly recommend checking that out. And also, I finally started watching a show called Alice in Borderland on Netflix as well, which is really solid too. It's a Japanese show. So those are my 2 foreign film recommendations, you know what I'm saying, or foreign TV show recommendations. And yeah, hey, look, hey, Ramal, don't judge me, man. Don't judge me, Ramal. You know what I'm saying? Like, we'll put it up on the screen. We're going to put the judgment up on the screen for the world to see.
That was
see how you folks do you.
Yeah, buddy.
Yeah, man. But definitely, yes, Malcolm. Shout out to Malcolm Jackson. Lupin. Yo, another dope foreign language joint. And I'm done. Lupin is super dope. If you ever wanted to know like what it would feel like if we had a black man lead a Bond film, Lupin is the closest thing to a good representation of what that might feel like. Highly recommend that. It's a French TV show, but it got you can watch it with English dub or subtitles. That's on Netflix too. And I'm done. No more. We over time. Y'all can't throw nothing else in the comment. This is what happens when we go live, gentlemen. You see? You know what I'm saying?
You see the pinky?
Yeah, right. I see the pinky. That's you know what I'm saying? He over here. It's Return of the Mac. Mac and Bougie. Mac and Bougie.
I'm about to write lyrics to that joint.
I feel like we sample that, mix it with Bad and Bougie, and then it's Mac and Bougie, and that's your theme music now that you got the computer, son.
Return of the Mac and Bougie.
Return of the Mac and Bougie. Yes. Yo, my God. Yeah. Yes. That's a shirt as well. Mac and Bougie. Yeah, I mean, Mac and Bougie, Wakasha. Wakasha. For the ancestors. But gentlemen, hey,
Yes,
man,
sir.
it's always fun, man. Yeah, with closing thoughts, anything you want to say before we go? We got the people here live, you know what I mean? We'll get some feedback from the folk.
East Coast people, be careful out here in the snow.
Yes.
Thank y'all for tuning in as usual. We know somebody that knows somebody. Send this along and have them subscribe and like as well. My brothers, always good to see y'all when I can't see y'all, even in this Panasonic.
We love you, James.
It's been real. These drinks starting to make me buzz, so
we noticed the talking was sluggish.
it is, right? I'm feeling good right now. But y'all, just be good, man. Be good to yourselves, be good to your loved ones, take care of each other, and that's all I got.
Yeah, man. Hey, shout out to Nick, man, our brother from another mother.
Yes, sir.
He said, excellent session, Kings. He fun fact for everybody watching, he also did a video intro that we're going to use for the show going forward as soon as we get this music mixed in. But yeah, so shout out to him, man. But Sherm, parting words, good sir.
The only parting words I have are,
oh, for crying out fucking loud.
If a golden turkey can be a purple triangle, then where does
Mute his mic.
the goose go in the porridge?
Mute his mic. We done.
I have no idea what just happened.
What was that?
But thank you, Sherm. I
Think
think
about it with your third mouth and your fourth ear.
I hate you. I hate you.
Man. Okay, so
That's it.
right, yeah, I think that's a great place to end. And
We 3 shades of melanin out.
right, 3 shades of melanin. hey, look, we got to use our tash line. Our tash line.
You been drinking too?
I'm sober. I had milk and cookies. I had some milk and cookies. Maybe I'm on one. I don't know. But what I was gonna say, man, we should use the little tagline. We ain't used it yet. So let me say this. Let me pose the question, and we'll close like this. Real life, no size. What was the best thing that happened to you this week?
This week. Sherm, you want to start? You want to get that first?
Damn. The best thing that happened to me this week, other than waking up every day, was waking up every day and seeing my family. Because other than that, that's about it.
Oh, little sentimental ass. I love it. Mine was starting my gym routine again, man, getting back in shape. It hurts so good, but I'm loving it. And here I am wrecking it with another drink. I don't care.
You're not wrecking it. You're just giving yourself more motivation to work even harder.
Well, I love you, bro. This right here. This is why I love you. Stuff like that. Appreciate it.
Yeah, man. Dude, definitely, man. Real life, no size. Probably the combination of definitely the time I get in with the family and stuff, man. Like, I'm just super appreciative of the women in my house, man. And, definitely how they make me feel day in and day out and keep me motivated even in the midst of all of this crazy shit. And and Sundays, bro, I look forward to getting up with y'all, man. It's been dope. We've been back on our deans like since Sherm kind of put the lean on us, was like, hey man, come on fellas, we got, you know what I'm saying? And so, yeah, man, definitely there's always a highlight too. But yeah, I thought of it today. I was like, man, we got the tagline, but we ain't been using it. So I figured that'd be a great way to kind of wrap things. You know what I mean? Real live, no choice.
No
Boop,
sight.
boop, 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 boop. You know what I mean? But yeah, man, I love y'all, man.
Love you too, brother.
All right.
Love you too,
But,
man.
Hey, so to everybody, man, thank y'all so much for watching. If you have not subscribed to the channel yet, please do so. Make sure you like the video. A lot of the stuff y'all were recommending that we bring up in the comments is great that y'all brought those things up, because guess what? This is episode 5. We got 4 other episodes that some of y'all have not seen yet. So go watch those. We actually talk about several of the TV shows that y'all recommended on other episodes, and there are other movies, obviously sports topics and music that we've already discussed so far, and there will be more. And I'm happy to announce that next week we got our first special guest as well. One of y'all want to tell them who we got coming through next week?
Mega Ran.
Yeah. So next week
we have a AKA.
Yeah, he used to go by Random, but now it's just Mega Ran. Yep.
3 becomes 4.
Yeah, man. Yep. So it's gonna be it's gonna be 4 the odd way next week. You know what I mean? So he's our first guest, will not be the last. That show will be pre-recorded. Just keep that in mind. Our pre-recorded shows go live on Mondays. But thank y'all so much for watching. Until next time, y'all have a great one. Peace.
Peace.
Peace, peace, peace. Everybody be safe.
Stay in love.
Yeah, yes.
Whichever way you want to take that.
Peace.